I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is about 2 o'clock on January 31st. It's Friday, and I'm trying something different. I'm going to do some behind-the-scenes videos, or as the real YouTubers call them, BTS videos, for gigs and other aspects of my band. Now, I want to I want to put something out there. We are not a big-time touring band. This is not going to be like seeing Tank the Tex videos of behind-the-scenes stuff with Electric Callboy or Megadeth's guitar player was doing some. This isn't going to be anything like that. Years ago, my band was big enough that we did have a road crew, but instead of a dozen buses going from town to town, we had a Volvo 144S and a box truck. So we had a three-man crew. We had 4 or 5 guys in the band, depending on what point it was in the band. And it was almost big time, but not at all like, you know, the superstars of today. And what we're doing now is a far cry from that. We have one volunteer tech. Our drummer's dad actually helps him out. And that's it. We have no other crew. We are doing club dates. We schlep our own gear. It is not glamorous at all, but I figured I would do some behind the scenes stuff just so you guys can see what we do when we've got a gig going. And what I'm doing right now, I'm printing out set lists for tonight. We're playing a place called the Montrose Saloon in Chicago, Illinois, and even though we've got our set down pat, it is memorized, we still use set lists because once in a while somebody will have a brain cramp, and set list is a good idea. I don't know how long this video will be. I'll try to make it not too awfully long. I'll try to just give you the highlights. Another little insight for tonight's gig is that after our last gig about 3 weeks ago, we offloaded the gear here at my place. I slept for a couple hours, got on a plane, had to fly out to the East Coast, Washington, D.C. area for a bit of a family emergency. And then about 5 days into my trip, I got sick. And I flew back to Illinois, and I have been home sick in bed ever since. I've been mostly unconscious for about 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. Today is the first day that I felt semi-normal. We haven't had band rehearsal. I haven't touched a guitar in nearly 3 weeks. So I'm a little panicky about how tonight's going to go, but I've got faith in my guys. I think they will keep me on track. I'm going to be taking some cold and flu and sinus medication, see if I can't keep myself in good enough shape to get through our set tonight. We're only doing one set, so that's a good thing. And yeah, so like I said, printing out set lists, and I'm going to be loading up my van with some stuff here in a couple of minutes, try to get a nap in before we go. And yeah, let's see how this behind the scenes thing works out today. So here's Polo, the world famous studio cat, examining my medication. Polo's very worried about me at the moment. And he probably has good reason to be, because I'm weak as a kitten. My hands were shaking when I was pouring that flu medication. But maybe after a nap I'll be better and we'll be good for tonight's show. All right, going up to grab those set lists. So one of the set lists didn't print right. It didn't get our cool logo there at the top. You see, this one didn't get the logo. That doesn't matter. The songs are in the right order, and that's all that matters. So yeah, the club we're playing tonight is very small. Maybe we should shoot that at a different spot. Hi, Polo. Here's Polo. Here's Polo. Coming to check on Dad. Things got tossed just all over the studio when we brought him in after the last gig, because like I said, I had to sleep a couple hours and then catch a flight right away. So everything just kind of got tossed willy-nilly into the studio or hung up wherever was convenient. So I've got to organize all that and get that into the van next. So the club we're playing tonight, it's a really small venue. It's got a capacity of about 150 people. They have no staging area for the equipment. We have to schlep everything through the audience when our set comes up. basically we pilot in front of the jukebox, and when it's our turn to play, we try to trade places with the band that's on stage and get everything going in 15 minutes. It's a real throwback to the old days when I first started playing music. We've got no stage hands, we've got no dressing room, we've got, like I said, no staging area, so it's very different than the sort of venue I'm used to playing the last few years. But we decided we'd do this because sometimes doing a cool club with a cool vibe, intimate audience is really good for building your fan base, and that's what we'll be doing tonight. So since we don't have a staging area or a dressing room, one of the things I have to do before I schlep everything upstairs and load it into the van is put fresh batteries into my wireless pack. So we're gonna, all right. So I taped this thing up because it is not unheard of for me to knock the cover off and the batteries to pop out. New batteries. Take one, 2, 3. So we are good to go. Now put this in my guitar case and start schlepping gear upstairs. They don't let us use our own amplifiers, which on the one hand, I'm not real wild about because the amps that they have on stage are really not well suited to my type of music, but we will make do with it. The bright side to that is that we have minimal setup and minimal teardown. This is really messing with the camera angle, isn't it? That's all right. So we have minimal setup. All I'm bringing is a guitar, a spare guitar, and my pedal board. So that'll be cool. A little supervising, making sure I get everything that I need to bring. Taking time for a flop in the sun. So this towel has been on every gig with me for decades. And it's because that used to be my nickname, Superman. And that's another whole story for another time. All right, almost everything schlepped upstairs. I still have to decide about a couple of things. Since we don't have a dressing room, I don't know if I'm gonna take stage clothes or just go wear all black tonight, go that routine. I don't think I'm taking the microphone skulls with me tonight because every little bit that we, darkness. Every little bit that we don't have to set up or tear down is going to be a big help. And given that I feel like crap right now, I think I'm going to try to grab some lunch. It's 3:15 already. And I'm going to eat a little bit of late lunch and try to get my nap in before we have to take off. It's a 2.5 hour drive for us to the venue, so I better get that nap in if I'm going to put on a good show tonight.
5 hours later.
All right, so I forgot to hit record and get all the stuff that happened after my nap. Darren and I are sitting in the car. I don't know if you can see him in the dark there. There he is. We're already at the venue. We're sitting in the car. The other thing I forgot to mention earlier about making this vlog, we don't have a cameraman. We don't have any cool cameras. This is all being done on an iPhone. So if you're expecting studio quality audio and cinematic quality video, you're out of luck. We're just 3 guys out here making a lot of noise. So we'll touch base with you after we do some more rock and roll stuff. Yeah. Right, here we are. We are at the venue. We have got some stuff set up in our staging area. I don't know if we can show that or not, but yeah. About an hour and we'll hit the stage. Talon's ready to rock and roll. Dave's ready to rock and roll. Darren's ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can get him in focus. Sort of in focus. There we go. We are ready to rock. Show's over. We melted faces, recruited secret club members. Darren's got, I don't know what he's got to say.
Just windy hair. That's all I got.
Talon's leg. Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so another show. I will probably wrap this vlog up tomorrow.
The next morning.
So, show was last night. We got back to town about, I don't know, midnight. Nah, 12:30, 1:45 probably when I pulled into the garage. I offloaded my guitars. Left everything else in the van. Darren jumped in his car and headed for home. Took me a little while to wind down before I could go to sleep. Family let me sleep in today. It's like 11:30, 11:45 right now. Got up, made myself some eggs and toast, some oatmeal, and of course the all important coffee. Gotta have your coffee. Cool cup, right? Anyway, plan for today is to empty the van, and then I think I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna try to edit this video that we're doing right now. But as I mentioned, I've been sick for a few days, a couple of weeks at least, and I can tell last night set me back a little bit, so I'll probably not get this edited and posted for a week or so. But anyway, it was a good gig. I forgot to take selfies with some of the fans. That's something I'm trying to do at all the shows now, is get a few selfies with people that really liked the show and came up and talked to us afterwards. So I don't know, is this gig vlog a good idea? Let me know in the comments. We had a good time. We played pretty well. Little frosty with the first band because they played longer than they were supposed to, and then they took a long time getting off stage, so we had to cut our set short by 2 songs. But you know, these things happen. This is a small venue. This is a bar basically, and these sort of things happen when you've got multiple bands playing. It's not like we're playing a 10,000 seat arena or a 5,000 seat arena. So that's all good. I'm gonna eat my breakfast and offload the van, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, live well and rock hard.